Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, Your Excellencies, governors here present, let me welcome the FCT Minister, the Minister of Agriculture, and all the ministers here present, Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, the refund President. I'd like to also welcome here the President of the Abuja Chamber of Commerce, our royal fathers that are here, development partners, members of the diplomatic corps, and the very hard-working, committed, and very dedicated rice farmers across the country. Thank you very much for what you're doing. Your Excellencies, it is with pleasure that I welcome all of you to this event. If you call it the Rice Festival, you'll be right. If you call it the starting of a rice revolution, you'll be correct. Welcome to the unveiling of the FCT rice pyramids. And maybe we'll join alongside the launch or the start of the dry season farming. It is generally agreed that although rice is a staple food in Nigeria, it experienced low production over the years until President Muhammadu Buhari came. And so in 2015, the CBN launched the Anchor Boers program. Over 3.1 million farmers have been financed for the cultivation of over 4 million hectares of land across 21 commodities through 23 participating financial institutions in 36 states and the FCT. So today the focus is on rice. We thank the federal government, we thank CBN, and we thank Refund for making today possible. No more Uncle Ben's rice. No more rice from Thailand. No more rice from Malaysia. Today, I can make bold to say to all of you, welcome to Nigerian rice. I know the beauty of Nigerian rice is that it is rice that is so delicious and nutritious, and doctors have found out that Nigerian rice has anti-aging properties, reduces sleep disorder, it is good for pregnant women, it boosts immunity, it fights cancer, and protects the heart and fights constipation. The best rice anywhere in the world. So, Your Excellencies, I welcome you. My name is Ebere Young. I have two other anchors here with me, veteran broadcaster Cyril Stober, and the elegant Victoria is with me. Together, we shall anchor this event, but let me welcome here the President of Refund, Elijah Aminu Goroya, to welcome all of us. Cyril will take over from there.
The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, I think the little time that is apportioned to me to speak here, Mr. President, I will request your kind permission to stand by all protocols so that I'll be able to welcome the august guests that are here. Because our governors are here, the ministers are here, our traditional royal fathers are here, the captains of industries are here. So it will be so hard to use the minimum time I have to acknowledge every one of you here. Mr. President, thank you. I don't think there is anything that I will say other than to say, let me use the largest pyramid of rice in the world that has never seen until in Nigeria and during your time, Mr. President. So I use the pyramids to welcome all of you here. Mr. President, you can see your handwork. It's a statement you made during your campaign, and it is fulfilled because we emphasized during your campaign that you pay more attention on agriculture, and it happens. And there is no surprise at all, because everybody that knows you that if you say yes, it will remain that yes until the end of time. Mr. President, you have promised Nigerians that you will expand the scope of agriculture if you are elected. And you are elected, and you fulfill the promise. What you see here, Mr. President, is a trickle of what we produced in the last wet season. 0.005% that was cultivated this wet season that is here. 99.9 is already in the production areas. And after the central bank takes over of this paddy and sell it to the millers at a subsidized rate as they used to do, the remaining ones, the governor of central bank will go around Nigeria to commission the sales of paddy, God willing. Mr. President, there is no adjective that is strong enough to thank you for what you have done to this country. It's only God that can thank you enough. You have come when you needed most to come and lead this country. God knows why he brought you that time. And Nigerians will continue to appreciate your presence as the president of this country to the end of time. You have saved a lot. Those that knew what I'm saying, they knew that you have saved this country, you have worked for this country, you have put this country on track. I don't think there's any president that to take over from you and neglect the national security, which is the food security, because we consider food security to be the national security. And you have paid very much attention on that. Mr. President, we thank you. There is not enough time for me. Mr. President, I want to extend our sincere request to you that there are critical stakeholders that made this event and also support the production of food in Nigeria. Mr. President, we request, with all respect, that those people should be acknowledged and appreciated. We have our smallholder farmers that became committed after the launch of Anchor Borrower Program in 2015 in Birnin Kebbi, the rice state. They became committed and they said, we voted you and they will support you. And they will carry out your instruction that we should go back to farm. Mr. President, those smallholder farmers today, despite all the challenges, despite all the insecurity, the banditry, the flood, the kidnap, the drought, they became committed, and that is why you can see all these pyramids here. Mr. President, some of those farmers has gone. We are only interacting with their children. Some of them are in the hospital, but they keep on going to the farm to produce for Nigeria to eat. Mr. President, those farmers deserve appreciation. Mr. President, the association also that became committed, that work hand in hand with the Central Bank of Nigeria to make sure that we carried out your instruction that we must produce what we eat, the association deserves commendation. Mr. President, there are committees that we constituted, and they came up with what you can see here in collaboration with the Central Bank of Nigeria and the presidency. Mr. President, they deserve commendation. After that, Mr. President, there are governors that key onto your clarion call. Those governors, today they will be awarded by you, Mr. President, because they have abided by the call you made, and they contributed a lot. Those governors are the governor of Ebonyi State for his serious commitment and passion and the love of his country and his people, that said, if you see any foreign rice in the market in his state, that rice seller, as long as it is imported, will not be seen again. That helped us a lot to make our farmers to go back to farm. Mr. President, we have the governor of Cross River, who tirelessly digitalized the agricultural sector of this country. Mr. President, that governor is here this morning to receive an award from you. We have also the governor of Ekiti State, who has been with us for a very long time, whom last year by this time, we inaugurated pyramid display in his state because of his commitment and passion in agriculture. Mr. President, we also have IG of Nigeria, Nigerian Police. We have DSS, we have Civil Defense, we have Fire Service, we have Immigration, we have Customs that supported us immensely. They need commendation, Your Excellency. Mr. Excellency, we have 3 governors. Two are governors of states, and the one is the governor of Apex Bank. Mr. President, these 3 key and critical stakeholders of what you can see here are the governor of Kebbi State and the governor of Jigawa State, and also the governor, as they call him, or we call him, the governor of governors, the governor of money, the governor of Central Bank, Mr. Godwin Emefiele. Mr. President, there are commodity associations. We have 74 agricultural commodities in the country. They all team up with us to make this event a reality. Those agricultural commodities deserve commendation, Mr. President. Mr. President, I want to briefly inform every one of us that is here that at the beginning of every cropping season, Central Bank finance a lot of farmers in different commodities. But in rice, which is my sector, I knew that if they finance 500,000 by the cropping season, attached to every hectare, Mr. President, there is somebody who will supply seed. There is another person who will supply water pump. There is another person who will supply fertilizer. There is another person who will supply herbicide. There is another person who will supply knapsack sprayer. There is another person who will supply planting. There is another person who will supply plowing. There is another person who will supply land preparation. There is another person who will supply empty bags. There is another person who will supply harvesting. There is another person who will supply threshing. There is another person who will supply aggregation. There is another person who will supply transportation. Your Excellency, if you put this number together and attach it on a hectare, it means by the time the central bank finance 1 hectare, 13 gainfully people will be engaged to that one single farmer, making it 14 times 500, which becomes close to 3 million every cropping season. And we have done this over 6 years. Mr. President, you can see that in rice alone, every cropping season, about 5 million people under the rice alone have been engaged. Apart from maize, sorghum, onion, garlic, tomato, and what we have. Mr. President, we thank you for this support, and we want to sincerely request Your Excellency to extend our sincere appreciation to the Central Bank Governor, who, before your time, Mr. President, the smallholder farmer can't have access to ordinary financial houses that we used to have. But today, that smallholder farmer have access to central bank, in fact, rubbing shoulder to shoulder with the Central Bank Governor. Mr. President, we thank you for this effort. Mr. President, we also request Your Excellency to express our sincere appreciation to the Governor of Kebbi, who every now and then working with us in our farms, in our offices, in our states, virtually in everything, apart from the so many contributions that he has been given to this novel program. We thank you, Mr. President. What we cultivated during the last wet season, Mr. President, is millions of hectares. Millions of hectares. In Gombe alone, we cultivated more than 100,000 hectares. In Taraba, we cultivated more than 50,000 hectares. In Kebbi, the rice house and the rice home, we had 2 cropping seasons, and in each cropping season, we were supported with minimum of 70,000 farmers, Mr. President. We want you to sincerely extend our sincere appreciation to the CBN Governor, who made it possible for us, who has listening ears, who supported us in a quantum that we can't even quantify. Thank you, Mr. President. I hope and I pray God will make this event successful and take everybody back home safely. Thank you for coming.
President of the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria, RIFAN, Alhaji Aminu Goronjo. Your Excellency, Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I now call on the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, CON, to deliver his remarks. And as he walks off to the microphone, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, just a quick reminder here that Mr. President has a very pressing engagement today beyond this, and I would like to encourage all the speakers here to be very brief so that the President can honor his other engagements. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, the Chief of Staff, to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, His Excellency the Governor of Kebbi State and Chair of the Food Security Council, Governor Atiku Bagudu, His Excellency and Governor of Jigawa State, Chairman of Presidential Fertilizer Initiative, Governor Badaru, the Chairman Governors Forum and Governor Ekiti State, Governor Fayemi, Governor Ebonyi State, Dr. Umahi, Governor Cross River, Professor Ayade, Honorable Minister, all here present, but let me recognize Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Otumbani Adebayo, Honorable Minister for Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Balogun, other distinguished ladies and gentlemen here, but let me recognize the presence of Alhaji Aliko Dangote, the richest black man on earth, our royal fathers here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and my colleagues from the Central Bank of Nigeria, I salute you all. The President of RIFAN has expressed appreciation and has asked that we kindly request Mr. President to thank everybody here present. So I would not go there again. I just stand on what he has already expressed. My remarks this morning will focus on three main themes, namely, one, the outstanding results of President Muhammadu Buhari's vision for food security. Two, the courage and persuasion of our smallholder farmers. And three, the conviction that it is still possible to do great things in our country. It is therefore with immeasurable pride and boundless satisfaction that I welcome you to today's epoch-making event, which is the official unveiling of the single largest rice pyramids ever assembled in our history. I'm particularly delighted because these stacks of rice pyramids provide undisputable and unassailable evidence of significant progress under President Muhammadu Buhari's food security initiatives and administration. We also recall that the Ankoboras program was launched in the early days of this administration. It is therefore fitting that the unveiling of the largest rice pyramids in Africa is coming right within your tenure, Your Excellency, sir. I personally salute your vision of making agriculture a cornerstone and one of the focal points of your administration. Like the vision of great leaders that prepares countries for unforeseen, this vision prepared us for the unanticipated impact of COVID-19 on food production. Amidst its associated disruptions in production and supply chains, which led to global increase in prices of most commodities, the resilience of our smallholder farmers all over the country and interventions of the Central CBN continue to ensure the production of the needed food stock for the population. Your Excellency, sir, permit me to commend our Nigerian smallholder farmers once again, and the leadership of the various commodity associations for their diligence, for their bravery, patriotism, and adaptability. The past few years, Your Excellency, have been quite challenging for these people as they have battled with insurgency, banditry, lockdowns, and other related setbacks. Indeed, we lost some of our farmers to insurgency attacks nationwide, whilst some could not access their farms for several months. Yet, they kept faith. They did not give up. They persevered. They did not abandon our fight for food self-sufficiency. Today's event, therefore, is a celebration of their doggedness and an appreciation of their commitment to food security in Nigeria. The Ankoboras program has catalyzed the rural economy and has built a sustainable framework for financing smallholder farmers in Nigeria. The program has developed an ecosystem among all nodes of the agricultural value chain, and these linkages can be better optimized through synergy amongst all stakeholders. As at the end of December 2021, we have financed 4,489,786 smallholder farmers that cultivated 5,300,411 hectares of land across 21 commodities through 23 participating financial institutions all over the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. We're delighted that these efforts have yielded fruits in not just increasing the availability of rice, but also in moderating prices, reducing imports, and increasing job creation in our country. For example, Thailand alone exported 1.3 million tons of rice to Nigeria in 2014. The Anchor Boras program was launched by Your Excellency in Kebbi in 2015 to curtail these imports, and since then, we have seen incremental reduction in rice imports from Thailand. By 2016, Your Excellency, rice imports from Thailand had fallen to just only 58,000 metric tons. As at the end of 2021, they only exported 2,160 metric tons of rice to Nigeria, thereby saving Nigeria foreign exchange and helping to preserve jobs for our people. Beyond increasing our national output from about 5.4 million metric tons in 2015 to over 9 million metric tons in 2021, we have also significantly improved the productivity per hectare of the smallholder farmers from just about 2 metric tons per hectare in 2015 to over 6 metric tons per hectare in 2021. These expansions have not only made Nigeria the largest food producer in Africa, but has also unlocked enormous private sector investments in the rice value chain as the number of integrated rice mills grew astronomically from 6 in 2015 to over 50 in 2021, and more are coming up, with many more in various stages of completion. Today, Your Excellency, Nigeria's milled rice matches the foreign rice in quality. Your Excellency, as part of this event, we will be requesting Your Excellency to kindly inspect some of the numerous Nigerian milled rice in the exhibition stands. Taking a cue from our success in rice value chain, we commenced the brand revolution last year as a mantra for the transformation of the wheat value chain in Nigeria. Wheat is the third most consumed grain in Nigeria after maize and rice. It is estimated that we only produce just about 1%, which is approximately 63,000 tons of wheat, of the 5 million or 6 million tons of wheat consumed annually in Nigeria. This enormous demand-supply gap is bridged by over $2 billion annual importation of wheat. As a result, wheat accounts for the second highest food import bill into Nigeria, thereby putting pressure on the nation's foreign exchange reserves. We have concluded the first major wet season wheat farming in Plateau State and planted over 100,000 hectares of wheat across 15 states in 2021 dry season alone. This strategic intervention will herald progressive reduction in our wheat imports bills over the coming years. We also established a strategic maize reserve with the stock of maize submitted as loan repayment by our farmers. What here was saying, when we give you seeds, fertilizer, inputs, and all that, we cost it. When it's time to pay, we don't ask you to give us naira. We collect the process. We collect the produce from you, and we sell ourselves, thereby saving you the burden of going to the market to sell your produce. This will provide a buffer for price modulation for the poultry and feed mills nationwide. A total of 241,656 metric tons was aggregated in 2020 wet season and dry seasons, out of which 217,200 metric tons has been disposed to 18 millers and poultry farmers through Poultry Association of Nigeria. The program was able to stabilize poultry and livestock sectors during the pandemic and saved the industry and consumers over 10 billion naira in raw material costs. Our experience over the years has been transformed to operational efficiency of the program. We have added several layers of controls to improve our transparency and accountability among all stakeholders. And what you are witnessing today, Your Excellency, is a demonstration of our growth and a strong indication of the enormous potential in the country's agricultural space. It is important to note that this is still a far cry from the desired goals. We still have a long road ahead. However, the growth processes reaffirm our belief in the potential inherent in our agricultural space, and we can hopefully harness them to lead Your Excellency's diversification agenda of this economy. These rice pyramids being launched today, Your Excellency, represents aggregated paddy rice submitted as repayment of loans by Rice Farmers Association's farmers under our 2020 dry season and 2021 seasons. Beyond this event, it also symbolizes the efforts made by our farmers to commit to loan repayment through produce submission and ultimately ensure the sustainability of this program. To further create value and transfer these gains along the value chain, we have mapped millers to offtake these paddies, and we will track the release of their output to the markets as we strive to manage inflation and grow the rice value chain in our country. Your Excellency, the resuscitation of the Nigerian Commodity Exchange is another strategic initiative to enhance food security drive of our administration. A vibrant commodity exchange will significantly enhance post-harvest handling, reduce wastages, and guarantee effective pricing for farmers. It will also minimize the adverse effects of the activities of middlemen, commodity hoarders, and ultimately transfer gains from primary production to other nodes of our value chain. This aligns with our resolve to make output as loan repayments under the ANCOBRA program and produce will drive the operations of the commodity exchange. We have deepened our stakeholders' engagement to increase the arable land under cultivation and improve the productivity per hectare using improved seeds and agronomic practices. We are currently exploring a new rice seeds variety with refund that has potential to deliver over 8 tons per hectare. This pilot program should be commenced in 2022 dry season, and it has the potential of being the game changer for the rice sector in Nigeria. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all of the achievements I have highlighted above would not have been possible without the leadership and vision of President Muhammadu Buhari. And Your Excellency, please, he deserves a round of applause. These accomplishments also show that with the right leadership and vision, we can meet any and every challenge in our country. COVID-19 has shown that we cannot rely on imports, and hence we must chart our own path to attaining self-sufficiency in our basic needs as a nation. And this must become a preeminent preoccupation going forward. Your Excellency, in closing, we have other events like the unveiling of maize pyramids by the Maize Association and the unveiling of inaugural rice pyramids in South-South and South-East zones lined up for the year. We will surely be becoming on Your Excellencies out of your busy schedules, sir, to grace events. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the management of the Central Bank of Nigeria, on behalf of our hard-working staff in the Development Finance Department of Central Bank, and on behalf of our Nigerian farmers, I thank you all for being part of this event, and may God Almighty that we serve bless Nigeria. Thank you very much and good morning.
His Excellency Governor Godwin Emefiele, Your Excellency Mr. President, of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let me call on the Honorable Minister of FCT, Mohammed Musa Bello, here ably represented by the Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Ramatu Tijani, to make her remarks.
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, Central Bank Governor, governors, captains of industry, all here present. I'll beg to stand on an existing protocol. Your Excellency, sir, on behalf of the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Alhaji Mohammed Musa Bello, who is unavoidably absent, I stand in, sir, to read this address. On behalf of the administration and the entire residents of the Federal Capital Territory, it is a great delight to be here today to celebrate our National Rice Festival and commemorate the 5th anniversary of the Central Bank of Nigeria and Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria, and the very successful partnership of Anko Borrowers Program, which has made Nigeria the #1 rice-producing nation in Africa. We are also here gathered, Your Excellency, to flag off the 2022 dry season farming, and perhaps, above all, the unveiling of the world's largest rice pyramid. I therefore consider it a very great honor and privilege to welcome you all to Abuja, our beautiful national capital city, for this very significant agricultural showpiece. I welcome especially His Excellency, our father, President Muhammadu Buhari, the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, to this event. I am also honored to welcome the President of the Senate, all dignitaries, captains of industries, gurus of the agricultural industry in Nigeria, and all those that traverse and travel from across Nigeria and indeed beyond to this occasion. You are welcome. We are quite pleased that this event is holding here in the Federal Capital Territory. I wish to extend our appreciation to the CBN Governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, for not just making this possible, but also for banks and the great support given to us for the agricultural growth of the FCT, especially in the development of livestock value chain. I wish to also extend our appreciation to the National President of the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria, RIFAN, Alhaji Aminu Muhammad Goranyo, who has also been a great supporter of the FCT's efforts of improving rice production. As it is to his credit as well, that this event is taking place here today in Abuja. Our appreciation also goes to the President of Abuja Chambers of Commerce and Industry, ACCI, Dr. Al-Mujdaba Abubakar, for his efforts in making this magnificent venue available, and also to the Chambers of efforts in making Abuja a major commercial and trade fair hub in the country. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this importance of agriculture and food security in the development of any nation cannot be overstated, as no nation can truly grow if it relies on others to feed itself. That is why we, as Nigerians, have taken to heart our father, President Muhammadu Buhari's charge that we should grow what we eat and eat what we grow. The result of that charge, with the unwavering support of the Central Bank of Nigeria through the Anchor Borrowers Program, is what we see here today, the largest rice pyramid in Africa. Here in the Federal Capital Territory, we have also keyed into the agricultural policies of the federal government, and through the FADAMA 3 additional financing project, which supported hundreds of individual farmers in the cultivation of 1 hectare of rice paddies each across the FCT, leading to the injection of about 1,800 tons of rice into the FCT market. We are also to be contributing in no small measure to the rice and agricultural revolution taking place in Nigeria under the steady and progressive guidance of President Muhammadu Buhari. And we are also leveraging technology, additional financing, and sensitization to improve our agricultural yield. We congratulate the CBN governor, the entire management, and the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria for this immensely productive collaboration, and assure that the FCT administration will continue to take advantage of all such policies and innovations in our quest of attending national food sufficiency, having produce enough for exportation to grow our economy. I once more welcome you all to Abuja and wish you a pleasant and memorable stay here. Thank you all for your valued attention. May God bless you all.
That's the Honorable Minister of State for FCT. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at times it is so easy to forget where we are coming from. I counted here and we have 13 rice pyramids, and I understand each pyramid has 1 million bags of paddy rice. Why did I say so? In the past, it used to cost this country over 7 trillion naira on rice importation. That can be channeled to other areas. Let me quickly invite all the governors. They will come here, a little adjustment so that we can manage our time, and then they will take turns, 2 minutes or 3, to do their goodwill messages, as I welcome here with deep respect His Excellency Governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, His Excellency the Governor of Kebbi State, Elijah Atiku Bagudu, His Excellency the Governor of Cross River State, Professor Ben Ayade, His Excellency the Governor of Ebonyi State, His Excellency David Umahi, and His Excellency the Governor of Jigawa State, Elijah Abubakar Obadaru. These governors are amazing, hard-working governors that have made sure that this Anchor Borrowers program is deepening in the other states, are climbing the stage now. And to kick off, let me welcome here. He's not just the Governor of Ekiti State, he's also the Chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, Dr. Kayode Fayemi.
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. Let me request the Mr. President to also stand on the existing protocol, since we're mindful that our leader, Mr. President, has to also attend to other important engagements. But I pay my respects to all our royal fathers, honorable ministers, the refund team, and the CBN leadership. Mr. President, let me start with an expression of gratitude from all my brother governors, the 36 of us all, the field commanders, in the rice revolution in Nigeria under your able leadership, sir. For those of us who are around and who went with you across the 36 states of this country in 2015 on your campaign trail, we remember very clearly, and it was clear to us, that agriculture was going to be the centerpiece of the Buhari revolution. Because you never stopped informing Nigerians at every stop, from Maiduguri right down to Yenagoa, that we must grow what we eat and eat what we grow. So it's not entirely surprising that the Anchor Borrowers Program came on stream almost immediately after you assumed office in 2015. And the central bank has been working with the Rice Farmers Association and all of our states in ensuring that we live up to that promise you made to Nigeria. And what we're witnessing here this morning is a testimony to that unalloyed commitment, that steely resolve, that passionate focus that you have given to the agricultural sector. And we must thank our rice farmers, particularly the smallholder farmers across the country, for keying into this program under the rubric of the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria. And also the Central Bank of Nigeria under the leadership of the Governor of Money, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, for providing the necessary support for our farmers to live up to this dream of yours. If anyone is in doubt that there is no greater security than food security, now that doubt must be clearly erased in the minds of ordinary Nigerians. Because gone are those days when national security simply means regime security. Now, national security means human security. National security means food security. And national security means the security of every single one of us in ensuring that we live a life of self-worth. And our farmers that are making money from these are no longer destitute. Farmers that are making money from these can also take care of their families and immediate environment. And I want to assure you, Mr. President, that the job is not done. We shall not relent until the availability of rice as a staple food is also at the most affordable rate for ordinary Nigerians. That's the next agenda in this campaign. And I believe that it is doable. We will do it. And I thank you immensely for this opportunity. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Rifan. Thank you, Central Bank of Nigeria.
Let me quickly welcome here His Excellency the Governor of Kebbi State.
Thank you. Your Excellency, Mr. President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, may I respectfully stand on the existing protocol, except of course to add that royal fathers have been here, and indeed all the rice farmers representatives from different parts of the country. Your Excellency, today we are further celebrating the day when you left no one in any doubt about your belief in the Nigerian economy. When on November 15, following from your campaign promises, which is economy based on the tripod of economy, security, and accountability, you humbly bent down in a village called Zauro in Kebbi State and planted a rice seed. And that has blossomed. the Central Bank of Nigeria embraced your vision. Your cabinet, governors, business community, and hardworking Nigerians all embrace your vision to lead us into a weakened spirit when you say, let us grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Mr. President, to many, we are celebrating rice pyramids, but this encapsulates the three areas you campaigned upon. Economy, you have demonstrated faith in the Nigerian economy by ensuring that the hardworking Nigerians who are willing to put effort are richly rewarded. And in so doing, feeding Nigeria, generating more income for their family, and laying the foundation for industrial activity with Nigerian input, with Nigerian products, like has never been seen before. Mr. President, I know that I've been given 2 minutes, I think unfairly, because maybe I have more to say than anybody on this side of the aisle. Because, Mr. President, when the first model of the Anchor Borrowers Program, which is the first major program you launched after you became president, was designed, it was designed at 200,000 naira per hectare. Because before then, it's quite common for the most hard-working rice farmer to generate only about 60,000 naira per hectare. At that time, most farmers cannot buy 1 bag of fertilizer with 1 bag of rice. Today, rice farmers generate at least 400,000 naira per hectare per cropping season. Today, a bag of rice can purchase at least 2 bags of fertilizer. Mr. President, what is not seen here is those millions of households that today are richer, are more prosperous, courtesy of your rice revolution. Congratulations, sir. Equally, Mr. President, what is being celebrated here is the resilience of the Nigerian people. I know irritatingly, social media portrayal has presented a view of insecurity. But it takes security to produce. It takes resilience to produce. And this shows that the Nigerian people, encouraged by your commitment and belief in them, are willing and able to dominate the space and ensure that despite the occasional unfortunate sporadic incidences, we are unshaken in belief in our commitment that we can produce and be prosperous. Thank you, sir. And equally, sir, this speaks to the accountability of your government. The Central Bank of Nigeria have pumped a little under 1 trillion naira in the Anchor Borrowers Program. A lot of money. It has never been done in Nigeria's history. But when one translates that in dollar terms, it's under $3 billion. And what that tells us that is, compared to countries that are more prosperous than us, that have been putting $3 to $6 trillion to push their economies out of recession, we have done better with too little, with too tiny, because of transparency, because of belief, value for money, because of the dream that the hardworking Nigerians are honest and desirous and will complement when they have been given an effort. Congratulations, Mr. President. Equally, Mr. President, you did not spare anybody in this government time to show that agriculture is it. Many programs were created. There was a presidential task force on rice and wheat production, And when one remembers that there was once in Nigeria a presidential task force on importation of rice, then the quantum leap can only be imagined. Congratulations, Mr. President. Not only that, we have a National Food Security Council that brings all stakeholders together, that pushes cooperation among all stakeholders. And the Secretariat resides in your office, led by the starting with the former Chief of Staff, late Abakari, and now to the very able Professor Ibrahim Ayagi, who coordinates the Secretariat of the Food Security, which you personally chair, and which has been putting pressure on all to calibrate policies and ensure that we do better. Mr. President, not only that Nigerians have responded, I believe richly responded, but even our West African neighbors have appreciated what you have done. And they are seeking cooperation from REFAN, they are seeking cooperation of the government, so that in furtherance of the African Free Trade Agreement, we do better together. And we know that you have always encouraged that we support others, so that more than Nigeria, Africa can be richly rewarded. There has been talk about food prices being expensive. Can we lower? Mr. President, in addition to occasional interventions, the food price increases have been a global phenomenon, and Nigeria has not done worse than others. The price of rice have increased between last year to this year by less than 20%. I don't want to give you an example with cement, because Alhaji Aliko is equally now a rice producer. But compared to other products, rice food prices have even done better. But we take the message that we must always do better. But the good thing about food is, if you think it's too expensive, come in and produce, come in and be a farmer as well, and contribute to that. So, Mr. President, I congratulate you, I thank you, and may God continue to bless you. May God continue to bless the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria. We thank the Central Bank Governor. We thank all the staff in your office, your ministers, and who appreciate that your belief and commitment to agriculture. Maybe you will rank among the first in your administration. And we believe God, but we pray and believe that God will keep you in high honor for what you have done to the Nigerian people. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Governor of Kebbi State. Mr. President, we welcome to the microphone Professor Ben Ayade, Governor of Cross River State.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ben Ayade, Governor of Cross River State. Mr. President, I want to thank you for making me a farmer. Mr. President, I want to thank you for making my wife, who is a medical doctor, turn full-time rice farmer. I want to thank you indeed because statistics shows clearly that indeed Nigeria has the highest stunted growth in Africa, occasioned by low intake of rich food, particularly essential elements and micronutrients. Cross River State has therefore, based on your own policy thrust, took advantage of your robust agricultural roadmap to provide an alternative to the oil that's the mainstay of our economy, to focus on agro-industrial revolution, which is the basis of any nation that is really prepared to industrialize. On the strength of that, Cross River State sets up the first and the only vitaminized rice mill in Africa. Mr. President, we're inviting you to Ogoja in March. And remember, you have already given me your commitment. And as usual, I know you will honor it. Mr. President, I will make you proud when you come to Calabar. I'll make you proud when you come to Ogoja. You will see that technology has taken over farming. Our citizens farm in vain. As far as the use of manual energy to farm, your yield will be low. As far as you continue to grow rice using seeds, your harvest will be slavish. Today, rice cultivation in Nigeria gives you an average of 3 to 4 tons per hectare. The truth is that in advanced world, like Thailand, like Japan, you are looking between 10 and 14 tons per hectare. That is the technology. That is the digitalization that I have brought in to bring in a new technology that takes advantage of the complex monocotyledon of the rice seed, impregnating it with special cytokinase and gibberellins to give you new seeds that, when converted into seedling, will increase the yield per hectare. Mr. President, this would not have happened if you didn't have this policy trust. I thank you for creating a great future for this country. I thank you by being very focused on agriculture. For 230 million people are so projected. It will be shameful and sad that we will continue to import such a staple food as rice. Mr. President, by the time the vitaminized rice mill in Ogoja is working, an average Nigerian will be about your height. And that is the dream. And that is what you have brought into this country. Thank you and God bless. Thank you, Mr. President.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, the Ogoja rice is part of the conjugated agglutination budget of Cross River State. Let me welcome here an engineer, and I just told him before this program, because he understands the strength of material as an engineer, the roads in Ebonyi State are different. Please welcome here Engineer Dave Umahi.
Your Excellency, our dear President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellencies, my colleagues, governors, and deputy governors, my dear brother and friend, and my chairman, I call him Alhaj Dangote, the CBN governor, IGF, Chief of Staff, Your Highnesses, my dear brothers and sisters. Your Excellency, let me first thank the President of RIFAN, Alhaj Aminu, and CBN Governor, together with the FCT Minister, Musa Bello, who is here represented, for putting this program together. I thank them immensely because I had severally, in my public outing, pointed out to the fact that Your Excellency, Mr. President, a man with good heart, has scored excellently in all sectors of our nation building. But we have not sufficiently showcased your successes. The showcasing of this rice pyramid is quite commendable and an assurance to the people of Nigeria that in spite of the security challenges, of course, which you inherited, and which I'm very confident that before you exit by God's special grace in 2023, insecurity will become a thing of the past. And your commitment shows that you, Mr. President, has been feeding the people of this country and is capable of feeding the people of this country in spite of the insecurity in food production all over the world. Your Excellency, you're a man that I've always said you saw tomorrow. When you came in 2015, you were confronted with a lot of the case, very weak institutions, very high level of corruption. We could, as a nation, barely feed ourselves when you inherited the office. But it takes a man that came from God to confront those challenges And I want to commend you very highly, because if you didn't do what you did, starting from 2015, it would have been a very difficult situation for our people, because hunger breeds anger. But you have averted that through your programs. And I commend the CBN governor who saw your programs and took it very seriously. And that's why we are here. We are great success, especially in the area of agriculture. Your Excellency, Ebonyi State, under you and through you, we've expanded our agricultural programs in our state. And the agricultural programs in our state accounts for over 50% of our employment rating, and the statistics are there. Under you, Your Excellency, we have established 2 new fertilizer plants to join your fertilizer programs. And I thank you, because I'm fortunate to be with you in Morocco, where we struck that beautiful deal for our phosphate, which brought the fertilizer cost crashing in Nigeria, and that has helped farmers. Under you, Your Excellency, and through you, and of course by you, we are establishing the largest limestone granules in Ebonyi State. That project, you've released all the money, and the project is very highly at advanced stage. And when you come to Ebonyi State, you will be very happy with that program, Your Excellency. Let me say, sir, that under you, and I know that KB Governor, my brother, is going to contest this, but the Bureau of Statistics of this country says that Ebonyi State, and not KB, is the largest producer of rice in Nigeria. Your Excellency, even if he contests that, he must know that it is only Ebonyi rice that is sorted, and the nation Nigeria can testify to that. Let me therefore commend you, sir, for all your good heart in our nation building. And I believe strongly that the challenges that are confronting us as a nation, the reason why you came is because God foresaw those challenges and brought you. And I will say to you, congratulations, because without a man of good heart, we wouldn't have been able to be where we are. And a nation that doesn't understand where they're coming from, in May 29, 2015, may not be able to appreciate where they are going and where we are now. But God sees your efforts, and God helps you in your daily commitment to our nation building. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, and let me thank very especially the CBN Governor and our Vice Chairman on Food Security Council, my brother and in-law, the Governor of Kebbi, Your Excellencies, my colleagues, especially the Governor of Jigawa State, for their commitment. Finally, let me say that the food program, the agri program, is also part of a program for the oneness of this country, for the unity and cohesion of this country. The movement of food across local government areas, entails the movement of our people from one region to the other. So it creates greater harmony and greater peace and understanding. And through this movement, marriages are made, friendships are made, and so on and so forth. So congratulations, Your Excellency, Mr. President, as I commend very highly the President of REFAN for this wonderful program. Congratulations, and may God bless the people of Nigeria.
Thank you very much. We appreciate Governor Dave Umahi. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me now invite the Governor of Jigawa State, Alhaji Abubakar Badaru.
Your Excellency, our Father, the Father of the nation, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our royal fathers, Assalamu alaikum. Well, first I may possibly challenge the governor of Ebonyi when he said he's the largest rice producer in the country. I believe maybe he's prorating to the size of land he has in his state, not the actual production. I know by the last statistic, Kebbi still remain number 1, Kano number 2, Jigawa number 3. Well, when we are talking of agriculture, one wouldn't know where to even start. The interventions done by President Muhammad Buhari. But let me give a macro example of Jigawa State. And I'm sure what he has done happens in all the 36 states of this country. In Jigawa State, when we inherited a rice production, that's 2015 production, of 91,000 metric tons per annum. As per the last statistics of 2020, we are at 611,000 metric tons. And I'm sure if they do that of 2021, we will get to about 800,000. Because of all these interventions also, our GDP in 2015 was about 950 billion. Today, we estimate our GDP to be about 1.8 trillion. Because the last statistic we have, 2020, it was 1.64. And we have seen tremendous development since then. In Jigawa State, only in rice, we have seen the growth of rice mill from 1 to 6 integrated rice mills now. With Dangote having the largest one, doing 16 tons per hour, or 32 tons per hour. This has been tremendous, tremendous development and support to our people. And we have seen mini rice millers, small tiny rice millers, in thousands in the states, producing rice, processing rice, across all nooks and corners of the state. And we have seen the development of agricultural service support and service dealers, thanks to the Ankopora program. We have seen a number of youths employed in land preparation, planting, spraying, harvesting, threshing, paddy dealers, rice millers, rice dealers, and more and more and more in the value chain. We have seen our employment rates because of agriculture dropping. And also migration rates from rural to urban states like Kano, Lagos has dropped tremendously. This is micro example of what happens in Jigawa State, and I'm sure all the states experience the same. So the Ankobura program, the fertilizer initiative, have supported agricultural development across the country, tremendously increasing our GDP and increasing our employment data. And we have to say, thank you, President Muhammad Buhari, for all this support. Baba is not only supporting the Ankobura, he's supporting the land preparation, the expansion of irrigation infrastructure. In Jigawa State alone, in the last 5-6 years, 8,000 hectares of gravity irrigation has been added to our land. And that is increasing productivity of rice by about 150,000 metric tons when you do the numbers by the production, by the yield per hectare. So, Baba, we thank you very much for this support and for the patriotism and for the dedication on looking towards your people. But I have to also thank the Central Bank of Nigeria and its own team for having this passion, for being with us day and night, and also RIFAN and all other commodity associations for the support, the hard work. We are today talking on rice. Probably soon we'll talk on maize and also wheat and all the other commodities. And we have seen tremendous improvement across board. And this is the dedication of this government and what our leader have done. So I thank you very much, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to guide you, protect you, and give you the strength to continue to lead and to continue to deliver these wonderful developments our people. Thank you.
That was His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Jigawa State, Alhaji Abubakar Badaru. Your Excellency, Mr. President, we are at the point where awards will be presented to the Executive Governors. Let me call on the Executive Governor of Ekiti State, Kayode Fayemi, to proceed to receive his award. Yes, I'll call them. Okay. Next is the Executive Governor of Kebbi State, Alhaji Atiku Bagudu. Next is His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Cross River State, Professor Ben Ayade. And the next will be the Executive Governor of Ebonyi State, David Umahi. And finally, the Executive Governor of Jigawa, Alhaji Abubakar Badaru. Next will be Mr. Godwin Emefiele, the Governor of the CBN. Next will be Alhaji Aminu Goronyo, the President of RIFAN. And finally, Mr. Yila Yusuf, Director, Development Finance of the CBN. Thank
you. We say congratulations to all of you, governors, the governor of the central bank, which is actually my state. Your Excellencies, I say thank you to you for your service to people. It's now time for all of us to welcome the father of the nation, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari. Your Excellency, please.
Our royal fathers, senior government officials, captains of industry, President and other members of the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to be in your midst today on this occasion of the official commissioning of the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria's rice pyramids here at the Abuja International Trade Fair, supported by the Central Bank of Nigeria. I joined the CBN Refund to welcome all the eminent personalities to this auspicious event. About 3 years ago, the first set of sky-high pyramids of rice harvests were showcased in Argungu, Kebbi State, which was followed by another set in Minna, Niger State, about a year ago. And barely 3 months later, in Zoro, Kebbi State, rice pyramids were again unveiled. Later, in May 2021, the Central Bank of Nigeria unveiled the first rice pyramid in the southwest of Nigeria in Ado Ekiti, Ekiti State. Those events were historic, as first, they remind us of our yesteryear's agricultural commodity pyramids, such as the groundnut pyramids in Kano. And secondly, they symbolize that we can produce what we eat. The significance of today's occasion can be better understood by looking at the various economic strides the administration has achieved through agriculture. When we assumed the reins of leadership of this country in 2015, the administration identified the Anchor Borrowers Program as an essential policy instrument for achieving economic diversification through agriculture. To achieve this, the Anchor Borrowers Program was designed to encourage investments in agriculture and empower smallholder farmers as drivers of transformation in the agricultural sector and as critical enablers of economic growth. I am indeed delighted that the Anchor Borrowers Program continues to receive commendations since its introduction 6 years ago, as it has become one of the reference points in the administration's agricultural revolution effort. In fact, the program speaks loudly in its giant strides, as it has increased access to finance by our rural farmers who, before now, were virtually excluded from the financial system. The Anchor Borrowers Program has so far supported over 4.8 million smallholder farmers across Nigeria for the production of 23 agricultural commodities, including maize, rice, oil palm, cocoa, cotton, cassava, tomato, and livestock. Today, rice production in Nigeria has increased to over 7.5 million metric tons annually. Prior to the introduction of Anchor Borrowers Program, the average production in Nigeria between 1999 and 2015 was less than 4 metric tons annually. I am aware that the bags of paddy will be moving straight from here to rice milling plants across Nigeria, which will lead to the release of processed rice to the markets by the rice millers. The measure will aid our efforts at reducing the price of rice in Nigeria. Before this administration launched the Anchor Borrowers Program, there were only 15 standard rice mills in Nigeria. As at today, we have over 50 standard and integrated rice mills, creating jobs and reducing unemployment. We expect additional significant output when 2 new mills are started in Lagos and Katsina. I am also aware that because of the large margins in this business, more people are showing interest in investing in our agri-business. Fellow Nigerians, our gathering here today is no doubt a testament to the fact that the Anchor Borrowers Program is working. Indeed, these sky-high pyramids for which we are gathered here to commission are part of our commitment at achieving national food security and economic diversification through homegrown policies targeted at securing food for all Nigerians. As a critical policy of the government, the Anchor Borrowers Program is expected to catalyze the agricultural productive base of the nation, which is a major part of our economic plan to uplift the economy, create jobs, produce resilience on imported food and industrial raw materials, and conserve foreign exchange. In the implementation of the program, adoption of high-yielding seedlings, quality inputs, and best farming practices were essential features. For instance, the improved rice seedlings have helped to ensure our achievement of rice sufficiency, as they are disease-resistant and have an average yield of about 5 metric tons per hectare, compared with the traditional national average of 1.5 metric tons. This has resulted in bridging our rice consumption gap, a significant reduction in rice imports, and saved us foreign exchange. The commissioning of these rice pyramids today is an indication that our country is making steady and assured progress towards self-sufficiency in food production, and it is my desired hope and expectation that other agricultural commodity associations that are yet to participate under the Anchor Borrowers Program will emulate the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria in supporting our administration's drive for food self-sufficiency. I would like to see this opportunity to commend the Central Bank of Nigeria for its recent efforts at resuscitating the Nigerian Commodity Exchange following my approval to do so. This has been done in the hope that our farmers can have ready buyers of their produce, thereby resolving the current logistical challenge of moving their produce from farm to markets. Let me also commend the governor and the staff of the Central Bank of Nigeria, as well as the leadership of the Rice Association of Nigeria, for the successful delivery of these pyramids, which hopefully is just the first of many that will be unveiled this year across Nigeria. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to commission these rice pyramids to showcase our agricultural and economic regeneration. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.